If you love crockpot recipes, this video is for you. Today I'm sharing 10 crockpot recipes, and these are special recipes because they are dump and go crockpot recipes. That means if you can throw ingredients in your crockpot, you can make dinner tonight. We're not just giving you one though, we're gonna give you 10. Now I have this special post on eatonadime.com and there are 60 crockpot dump and go recipes. So if you love the idea of just dumping stuff in your crockpot, heading to work, coming home with dinner done, you want to check out that post. Now I have that linked in the description, and I will also have every single recipe that I'm talking about today linked in the description for you. Okay, it's time to get cooking and we're off. Recipe number 1. First, we're going to start off with slow cooker red beans and rice. This is a one-pot meal full of flavor, but still very budget friendly. We're going to start with 1 pound of dried red beans, 2 pounds of andouille sausage sliced. Then we're going to add 7 cups of chicken broth or water. Yes, I know it seems like a lot, but it is needed for those beans. 1 onion diced, tomato paste, minced garlic, salt and pepper, cayenne pepper or Creole seasoning, thyme, oregano. Stir to combine all the ingredients. Cover and cook on high for 6 to 8 hours until the beans are tender and soft. And yes, I said cook on high. Serve with a spoonful of white rice in each bowl and enjoy. And this is one dinner, super easy, that you're going to love. Recipe number 2 is a popular one, crock-pot French dip sandwiches. 3 to 4 pound beef roast in a slow cooker. Add a half of an onion sliced, 1 package of onion soup mix, 2 teaspoons of minced garlic, 4 cups of beef broth. We're going to cover and cook on low for 8 to 10 hours until that beef is shreddable. Shred the beef and serve on hoagie rolls topped with provolone cheese. You can even melt the cheese under a broiler. Serve with the juice and dip your French dip sandwiches in the broth. This is a recipe that your kids are going to ask for on repeat. Enjoy! Recipe number 3 is a pasta dish. Today we're going to make crockpot creamy salsa ranch chicken pasta. We're going to start with 2 chicken breasts placed into the slow cooker. Top with 1 cup of salsa, a packet of ranch dressing mix, 1 can of cream of chicken soup, or you can use our homemade version. Place the lid and cook on low for 6 to 8 hours. Then shred the chicken and return back to the crock pot. Stir in a half a cup of sour cream and mix until well combined. Then stir in your cooked pasta. Today we're using rotini pasta, but any pasta will work. Top with tortilla chips and dinner is done. Remember, you can grab the full recipe linked in the description below. And now it's time for recipe number 4. You are going to love this recipe. It is crock pot steak, and it's a great way to make cheap steaks taste delicious. We're going to start with 1 onion sliced and placed into the bottom. Then you're going to add 2 pounds of round steak or any inexpensive steak you can find. In a small bowl, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of A1 sauce and a 1/4 cup of red wine vinegar. Mix until it is well combined. Now you can easily double this if you want to make this for a crowd, but we're going to pour this right on top with a tablespoon of your favorite steak seasoning. Slow cook this on low for 6 to 8 hours and enjoy the most tender, delicious steak in your crock pot. Next is recipe number 5, crock pot sweet and sour meatballs. Serve this on rice for a tasty dinner. We're going to start off in a small bowl. We're going to add a half a cup of brown sugar, a half a cup of ketchup, a half a cup of rice vinegar, 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, and we're going to mix until well combined. Then in a slow cooker, we're going to add a package of frozen meatballs, 1 can of pineapple tidbits, don't drain, include the juice in there, 1 red bell pepper cut into large pieces, and then pour that sauce right on top. Cover and cook on low for 4 to 5 hours or on high for 2 to 2.5 hours, and that's how easy it is to make Crock-Pot sweet and sour meatballs. Up next is recipe number 6, Crock-Pot shredded beef enchilada casserole. All the flavors of enchiladas, but without any of the work. We're going to start with 2 pounds of a roast cut into large pieces. Then we're going to add beef broth and red enchilada sauce, and we're going to pour right on top. Add a half a cup of salsa, 4-ounce green chilies, a half an onion diced, mixed garlic, chili powder, cumin, salt and pepper, and mix until well combined. Cover and cook on low for 8 to 10 hours. Once finished, shred the beef and put it back into the crock pot. Stir to combine and stir in 1 cup of shredded cheese. We used Colby Jack cheese. Then we're going to add in our corn tortillas that we have cut into quarters, and we're going to stir to combine. Top with the remaining shredded cheese and then cover and cook until the cheese is melted, and you will have a delicious casserole for dinner. Top with any of your favorite toppings and dinner is done. Remember, you can find the full recipe at eatingonadime.com, or the link is in the description below. And now it's time for recipe number 7, Crock-Pot pulled pork. This is a recipe that you're going to make on repeat because it is so easy to make. We're going to start off with a boneless pork shoulder chuck roast. Then we're going to combine all the ingredients in the crock pot. We have salt, a half of a large onion, a tablespoon of black pepper, 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, 1 cup of your favorite barbecue sauce, 1 cup of chicken broth, and apple cider vinegar. Cover with the lid and cook on low for 8 to 10 hours until that pork is practically falling apart. Remove the pork and shred it, and then return it back into the crock pot. You can even stir in more barbecue sauce if desired. We love to serve this many different ways, but one of our favorite ways is on hamburger buns. I like to top it on toasted hamburger buns. Sometimes we'll add cheese on top, and it's a delicious one-pot dinner. Recipe number 8 is Crock-Pot chicken Parmesan pasta. All the flavors of your favorite chicken Parmesan, but in a delicious slow cooker pasta recipe. Start with 3 boneless, skinless chicken breasts in the crock pot. Top with salt and pepper and Italian seasoning. Add a can of crushed tomatoes, 1 onion chopped if you'd like. Stir to combine. Add the lid, and we're going to slow cook this on low for 6 to 8 hours or on high for 3 to 4 hours until that chicken is shreddable. Shred the chicken and stir back into the crock pot. Stir in a pound of cooked rotini pasta and stir until well combined. Add 2 cups of shredded mozzarella cheese, and you can even add Parmesan cheese. Stir until it is completely melted. Meanwhile, in a saucepan, we're going to melt butter and saute the breadcrumbs until they are a dark brown color. This is important to get that crusty taste that we're used to in Parmesan chicken pasta. We're going to sprinkle the sauteed breadcrumbs over the pasta dish and serve and enjoy. You are going to be shocked how delicious this easy recipe is. And now it's recipe number 9. Recipe number 9 is Crockpot chicken drumsticks. In a small bowl, we're going to add a tablespoon of paprika, a teaspoon of cumin, a teaspoon of garlic salt, and we're going to stir until well combined. Then we're going to sprinkle these right on top of the drumsticks and mix them all over. We want to make sure that all of the drumsticks are coated, but if you're feeling really lazy, you can just sprinkle it right on top inside the crock pot. Once that's finished, place into the crock pot and pour 1 cup of barbecue sauce right on top. Then we're going to cover and cook on low for 4 to 6 hours until the chicken is tender. More flavor, brush with barbecue sauce and broil for just a few minutes. You will love this easy crockpot drumstick recipe. And now for the last recipe, recipe number 10. Cooker creamy chicken tortilla soup. It's a fun twist on traditional chicken tortilla soup. Start with 3 boneless, skinless chicken breasts and place them in the crock pot and add 2 cups of chicken broth. Add in 1 can of chili, 2 cups of frozen corn, a tablespoon of taco seasoning. We love to use our homemade seasoning, and cover and cook on low for 7 hours or high for 4 until the chicken is shreddable. Shred the chicken with 2 forks and stir back in. Stir 1 cup of sour cream until well combined. Then add in cheddar cheese. We like to add in a lot of cheddar cheese and stir until well combined. Cover and cook until everything is nice and melted. Serve with your favorite toppings like tortilla strips and cilantro, and that's how easy it is to make this amazing soup recipe. And that's a wrap. 10 crockpot dump and go recipes. I hope you loved today's video. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe because I don't want you to miss any more of our crockpot recipes. Now we do actually have an entire newsletter and an entire page dedicated to crockpot recipes on our free website, eatingonadime.com. So if you want to check that out, the link is in the description. But thanks so much for joining me, and I will see you next time in my kitchen for another family-friendly recipes. Bye, friends.